Welcome back to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let me hear y'all in the comments, man. Let me know what you think. Basically, this new information news is coming out that we just found out whole time. Jaye's friend literally is best friends and talks to Makedas Raven every day. Jaye's friend. And the whole crazy thing is that the week of November 17th, before Dolph passed and anything happened, Jaye was sending her friend, who literally talks to Raven every day, to already be going and looking for funeral homes. Why they need to be looking for a funeral home when ain't nobody passed yet? But then next thing you know, 2-3 days later, the shit happens to Dolph. Man, if that ain't fishy, I don't know what is, man. Whoever that Jaye friend is, she needs to come and get this interview so we could break down exactly what the heck that she was doing, because ain't no way you telling me that Jaye, that's supposed to be young Dolph baby mama. Now, rumor has it that they technically wasn't married yet. Technically, in that they were trying to get married. She really, really wanted to marry Dolph, man, without no prenup. So look, it was already a lot of stuff, drama going around between the fact that she was the baby mama, and the fact that she wanted to make it a for sure thing. And so she was really thirsty to get married to him. And now you see that she's sending her friend that talks to Raven. So if Jaye, how could Jaye have mutual friends with the cookie shop? Like, that in itself is just showing you that people already knew what was about to happen. They was planning something. Like, you gotta realize that if Jaye friend that talks to Raven is going around looking for funeral homes, then it's safe to say that they were probably doing that knowing that something was gonna be, like, they were gonna use that for Dolph. You see what I'm saying? Like, why is it that, first of all, that is Jaye's friend? Like, why does Jaye feel the responsibility that she's the one that needs to set all this stuff up together? Because due to the fact that she might have had Dolph sign something saying that we're going to get married. And while we on the note of licenses, the reason why Makedas comes into play and for them having them elbows and peas in the back is that Dolph actually had the license. He had the license to grow, and he had the license to basically do a distribution deal with the Loud Packs. So what's going on is that Makedas Raven, they was the ones who was putting in all the stuff that was grown into the edibles, into the cookies. They already had it clicked up where they were in big chain stores. Like, Dolph got them in them big grocery stores. That way, when everything go 100% legal, like through the whole country, that Dolph gonna be the first person who already got edibles inside all these grocery stores and Kroger's, Targets, and Walmart. So that's really what that is about. And Makedas, they wanted a piece out of that. They wanted a piece of that. They wanted a piece of the pie. Somebody came to them and told them, y'all, bro, look, it's a very competitive game, and they don't want our people or any people that isn't from the super elites or anybody that isn't going to be voting a certain way, right? Like, they don't want us to be able to have those opportunities. So when they figured out that Dolph owned half of Memphis, and on top of that, he was going to be the biggest entrepreneur when it came to having peas and elbows with licensing and everything, he was going to be the biggest, most revenue making in that whole South. Like, the game, the what they do in LA with the dispose and all the P's and elbows they get legally, it's really like all one group of people who have access to be able to even make a business like that. And they don't have any of those type of businesses in the South. So you already know that it's high up competitors and other people who behind the scenes, they connected to politicians and the laws and everything like this, right? They probably despise Dolph because he's not one of them. You know, they want to keep everything to be like one group of people control it. And so when they realize Dolph ain't one of them, but he's making moves that they could never make, that they would only dream of, that's when they say, you know what, we can't let this continue, because what that's gonna do is make it to where the way that Dolph gives back to his community, he's really gonna actually influence a lot of people to become rich and successful. That way, they don't need to go to banks getting loans. They don't need to go and actually get handouts and sign their life away and basically pay all this interest and fees from the people who want to have you sign up for all these things and make it seem like you have to live life a certain way, that everything has to be done a certain way, when in reality, if you get your stuff together and you got people behind you, you put in the right places, you could do things like Dolph, to where you're an enterprise like Nip, where they're making hundreds of millions without ever having to sign anything to say that they have to give their profits to a person that never helped, to a person that ain't even look like them, or isn't down with actually helping the vision that they brought to the table, and the drive behind making the 100 mils, the passion behind making 100 mils. So they have that. Dolph has the passion, the essence, the energy, the mind, the spirit, and the whole realm to make 100 mils, billions. It's not even about the money. It's the fact that he has that energy to be very, very successful. Like, only certain type of people get that in the world. And it's a lot of people that don't have it, and they want to rob you of that energy. If they can't take your things, they try to take your life. So they want to disrupt it, because they're looking in the future and saying, you know what? If somebody rigged the game and rigged the system to be where it's only one team in power, right? Then what they're going to do is, once they start seeing other teams rising up in the ranks and people breaking down the walls and breaking out of chains and actually walking the paths that is in the path to success, they think that that's taken away from their people's future, and that if Dolph goes and becomes a billionaire, that little Timmy and stuff can't, and little Timmy's gonna end up popping pills and being hooked on stuff, but then Dolph and Jamal are being millionaires and billionaires. And you see how everything is turning, you see how the world is changing. So that's the reason why it's a lot of hate going on, in that they don't want to let a lot of people shine, because they really are blinded. They're letting their ego and what their grandparents and their parents taught them from hundreds of years ago, and in times that were completely different, when they were scared of the unknown. And they're letting that blind them and letting them make sporadic emotional decisions on sending hits and who to let get put on the game, who to let be a mainstream person, who can be in the news, who could be talked about in a positive way, who needs to be taken down. See, that's what they base everything off of, is if it's going to benefit them or not. If it's something that's going to benefit, the people who have been broke, the people who had to come out of poverty. It's a lot of people where it's really a war between the rich and the poor. So if you look at it, it's like anybody that came from the side where they were born poor, their goal is to basically live their life fully, and by the end of it, they're gonna basically die rich. So it's a war, and the rich don't want the poor to come out of their section. They want them to stay poor. They want them to keep buying the things that they make, because the things that they make is just for the purpose of putting cash in the rich people's pockets. It's nothing that's natural. It's nothing to extend your life or to keep you going and anything like that. It's actually doing the opposite. It's going to lower your life expectancy. It's going to make you not even want to do anything. But be hooked and keep giving your money and your time and the energy and whatever the moments that you don't even know you have left in this world, you're giving it away to them. So if Dolph goes and teaches people that you don't have to spend a lot of your time and energy to these people, and you can start doing things in your own way. If once people start learning and really catching on to what Dolph and Grove Hero are doing, then that's what they think is a danger to their people in the future. Like, you already see Grove Hero as a walking example of what can happen to you if you listen to Dolph, or you change your mindset to be like the mindset that Dolph has. And he showed Grove Hero the light and got him to change his mindset and get out of his hood and stop worrying about not being able to go to this place or that place, because the way his mentality used to be is that whoever was the majority in that territory, if you weren't rocking with them, you couldn't go there. And he had a lot of issues of Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, telling him what he can and can't do just because he lived in that same complex as they did. So that they put fear in his eyes and saying that, man, if I do something Big Jook and Yo Gotti don't like, they're going to come and try to do something to me at where I lay my head. And so that's why you have to actually get out of that mentality and see it as, hey, I could do anything I put my mind to. If these people have problems with me, like I could make it to where they gonna get the ultimatum. Either they gotta go, or I'm a level up and get out of this crab in a barrel situation. So that's basically what it is. You can't actually be scared. And so, see, that's what Dolph was teaching these guys. He was telling them, don't be scared. Like, go and embrace the world and take it head on. Like, you gotta be the person who is thinking on the fly and making it so that problems don't come up. Surround yourself be in the right places, right time. Surround yourself with the right people. See, they don't want people to know this and to actually live like this, because if you lived like the way Dolph was doing in Grove Hero, who's gonna be there buying all the stuff that these rich people make? If you got your own, who's gonna be? If everybody had their own and everybody was putting themselves on through their communities and all that, and building a fan base and really having something to give to the people and get back, right? So if you start doing that, then who's going to be buying all the BS that they're pumping into you? You're going to start realizing that you don't need none of that. You're going to start realizing there's actually a better way to do this. That you're supposed to be eating the different things. And so that's why Dolph was going to these cancer centers, his last interview ever. Once they seen that he was trying to cure a lot of stuff, he was trying to make it so that to reverse all the damage that these people had did to you because of the BS that you bought with the time and energy that you already burnt and gave away to somebody else. And in return, what you get is something that's going to harm you. So Dolph was trying to get everybody out that situation, was trying to get people out that situation. Grove Hero. And imagine all the more people that he could have got out of that whole dilemma had he still been around to this day. And so now whatever he taught Grove Hero has the responsibility to pass it on and everything. That's why they call him the King of Memphis now. That's why he gets the key to the city. And look what he's doing this whole spring, whole winter, and into the summer is going to continue. And at the end of this, it's going to be a lot more people who get enlightened on basically the teachings of what Dolph was trying to show and how to actually make it out. And so, but the thing is, it all goes back in full circle to why is Mia Jaye's friend going to look at funeral homes the same week that the stuff happens to Dolph? And not only is she looking at funeral homes and is Mia Jaye's friend, but she literally is one of Raven's best friends and talks to her all the time. And literally Raven invites her and lets her put on birthday parties and bashes to all these private events that Raven is in charge of setting up. See, that's the thing that a lot of people, a lot of bloggers and stuff didn't do the research on Raven to figure out that literally every weekend Raven would throw a certain event at this location, print out a banner, and they'd have dancers and dudes would come and they would literally try to be thoughts and push P out there. And she was telling people, bring your own liquor, bring your own packs, bring your own whatever. Like, she was letting people go there and get really fucked up and messed up. She was letting people party, and she knew who's invited and who's not invited, and she would purposely invite people who had like, if your ops are at this party that Raven's throwing, she would purposely invite you to try to set you up to get into it with them. Like, they would tell Raven, hey, tell so and so to come over here so that he don't know that we're here and we get to make a move on him and tragedy starts happening. So that's the thing going on, is that a lot of people like Raven, they be taking advantage of the fact that they want to make so much money off of letting people into whatever location they got and having them pay by the head to get in. They make you pay for every beer you bring in by yourself. So they're telling you to bring your own bottle, and then they'll charge you to actually bring your bottle inside. So they don't care about keeping it safe and peaceful. You see, Raven never cared in all those events that she threw. She has experience in organizing and plotting like music video shoots, like from CMG rappers. She would make it to where the CMG rappers that she tries to like beg to let her manage and all that, she would tell them that she could get them weapons and props and like all these bad things that they want to show. Like, she was gonna have them show hella work and just dope. Like, she was gonna bring so much dope to show in those videos. She would tell people to bring hella dope to all of her private events. And she would throw birthday bashes, and she would have all these super ratchet girls there, and you already know what those girls are there to do. They're not there, they're there to find a guy like a John or something. So Raven is involved in all this stuff behind the scenes, and nobody was talking about it. And the fact that this is what she does for a living, like, she just literally destroys her community for a living. She gets joy and enjoyment and out of running down her own people. Like, she's setting guys up to come and making it very unsafe for them to have fun because she's inviting their enemies and not disclosing the fact that their enemies are there waiting for them. So it's exactly what she did to Dolph. And the fact that she took that video when Dolph was in that white truck and came back, the only reason she took that video and posted that video when she did was because she knew that she had to make it seem like Dolph, at some point, Dolph messed with them and was friends with them. But if you look at Dolph's facial expressions when he pulls up in that white truck, he's really annoyed by the fact that she's putting on this fake persona to make it seem like they're friends. He's like, who are you? Like, why are you taking a video? We're clearly not friends. And he has that look on his face. He's, don't get me, get the sign, show your business. Like, if you're going to actually do this, don't fake it and try to like tell me jokes to have me laugh, because he doesn't think she's funny. He doesn't even like her. That's why he doesn't show the happiness expression. Like, if you actually genuinely are excited and happy to see somebody and really wanted to promote them and you actually like them, he would have been laughing and being more buddy-buddy with her and cracking jokes right back and saying, hey, y'all better pull up and this and that, right? But look at what he's doing. He's like, no, like, turn over there, like, get the camera out of my face and go show the sign. And then she puts the camera back in his face and he's not smiling. If you actually pause and look, he's got an annoyed, kind of like angry look, like, man, like, I'm trying to leave, like, get out of my way, basically. He's just being nice because she's filming him on camera in case he overreacts. He doesn't want to make it seem like anything is going on, right? So the fact that Man, it's all of this stuff is coming to light now, and you know, y'all really gonna find the truth out. Like, a lot of this information is just right there, and we've been doing so much research to bring you, like, this is real facts, and here's what are the scenarios. And the fact that CMG and Makedas, the whole cookie shop, had a lot to play in it. Not only them, but the people they know and their friends. Everybody has the connection together. That's why this Rico's coming. So basically, that's why you need to subscribe to the channel, hit this like button, just comment on this video. Let me know what you think about all that stuff, man. There's a lot of subjects touched. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you got a request, put them in the comments, man. So I want to hear everybody. Put the Dolphins in the comments. I want y'all to show support for Young Dolph. Put that in the comments too. And let me know, are you a Yo Gotti fan? Or are you a Young Dolph fan? Are you a fan of Makedas cookie shops, or are you do you think that that's a fake business, that's a front? So let me know in the comment section, man. Continue to follow. We'll be right back with a whole nother breaking news video. Right back at it again, man.